Tomo-chan is a Girl is one of my favorite rom-coms from last season. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this anime yet, come back after you have. While the premise of the show was mostly centered around Tomo and Jun's relationship with each other, I felt like Misuzu's story was the most interesting. Her actions were what really drove the main developments of the story. The main reason why Tomo thinks that she needs to act more feminine to get Jun to see her as a girl is because of Misuzu. We learn that Jun is like Tomo the whole time, and his reason for not answering her confession has nothing to do with him not seeing her as a girl. Back when Tomo first introduced Misuzu to Jun, she got jealous right away. While it appears like Misuzu is constantly going out of her way to try and help Tomo win over Jun, she ends up doing more harm. Her advice to Tomo always puts Jun in uncomfortable situations for two reasons. First was for her own amusement since she's jealous of him. Second was to give Tomo a chance to appear more feminine to him. After a while, Misuzu finally figures out that she's been sabotaging Tomo's chances with Jun, but I liked that she redeemed herself. It was satisfying for her to tell Tomo that she was fine just the way she was. In the beginning of the show, Jun seemed to come off as not realizing that Tomo had feelings for him. Later we learned that wasn't the case at all. I saw his reluctance to answer her confession as two things. First was that he really enjoyed his relationship with Tomo and didn't want anything to change. In his mind, he thought that if they started dating, their dynamic would change and he didn't want that. Second was that he didn't feel strong enough to be with Tomo. All throughout their childhood, he wanted to beat her at something fair and square just once. Since he always lost to her, I think that he felt like he couldn't protect her if he wasn't stronger. Obviously, that didn't bother Tomo at all, but he got to overcome that feeling of weakness when he defeated Tomo's dad, which probably helped a lot with his confidence. But I really liked it when he reassured Tomo that they could still behave the same way once they started dating. It showed that he had grown out of his initial main fear. It was also a nice message that you don't have to fit the mold and it's okay for your relationship with your significant other to be unique as long as you're both happy. The main character Tomo had a great and funny personality, but she felt more like a static character. Her main growth in the story was figuring out that she didn't have to make herself more feminine to get Jun to like her. But I could argue that that wasn't really growth at all. Misuzu convinced Tomo that Jun didn't see her as a girl and that she had to act more feminine. And then Misuzu later was the one who undid the damage and told Tomo that she was fine the way she was. I mean, in the first episode, she already confessed to Jun, so she was ready and just needed to wait for Jun to grow up a little. But let me be clear that I didn't dislike her as a character. She was really charming and funny. Rie Takahashi is one of my favorite voice actors, and she really impressed me with this tomboy role. I've never heard anything like this from her before. Carol was a great character, and she made me laugh every time she showed up on the screen. It's funny how despite her having a ditzy personality, she somehow was the smartest and most aware character in the show. Her romance story was short but nice. It was a nice parallel to Tomo and Jun since they were also childhood friends with crushes on each other. It was also fun to see her grow closer to Misuzu. Though their personalities were complete opposites, it was funny to see them come together now and then when they had the common goal of trying to help out Tomo. Her voice actor Sally Amaki was so great. I watched the sub version of the show, but since she was also the English voice actor for Carol, I watched a lot of clips and I thought she sounded great in the English version too. I liked her in Bocchi the Rock too and hope to hear more of her soon. There are a lot of romance shows that I like because of their emotional depth and their drama, but this show is different. While it did lack depth compared to other great rom-coms like Toradora, the humor in this really made it stand out to me. The biggest problem for me was that the ending in this felt rushed. I wouldn't have minded another episode or two showcasing Tomo and Jun's relationship after they officially got together. I also thought it would have been funny if there was a time skip and Misuzu had married Tanabe with no explanation. But oh well. I'm still happy with what we got in this show and I gave it an 8 out of 10 on my anime list. Thanks for watching.